Before I start this video, if you guys like our content on this channel, don't hesitate to monster mash the like and subscribe button so you wouldn't miss any of these awesome videos that we put up weekly. Anyway guys, on to the show. Hello my fellow ghouls and ghoulettes, and welcome to Monster Planet, where I talk about a monster's brief history, how it affected our modern world today, and how media portrays the monster. I'm your host Marlon Gonzalez, and today's monster is not someone you should tick off. Well then, let's get started. Today's monster you shouldn't try to catch a train with, and for that I'm talking about the Japanese monster, the Teke Teke. The Teke Teke is one of my personal favorite monsters, as it's a monster that has an unfortunate backstory, but has extraordinary abilities that you shouldn't try to mess with. Now, there are multiple names for the Teke Teke, but I'm gonna stick with Teke Teke because it's the one I'm more familiar with and it's more fun to say. Anyways, the Teke Teke was originally a Japanese student who was abused by her class and schoolmates. One day, they took their abuse too far, as they pranked her by putting an insect in her bag, which scared her. And she fell onto the train tracks and was killed by the incoming train. This accident has caused her spirit to become vengeful and transformed her into a spirit of vengeance who targets people, but mainly children. But before she kills you, she asks you one simple question: where's my lower torso? Now, you answer anything other than Meishin Railway, you get cut in half just like her. And I for one don't want to be cut above the rest in that category. For appearances, she wears her school uniform, but only her top half. Cause, no duh. She's also depicted to have either a scythe or saws. Stories change from telling to telling as I researched it. For abilities, she possesses supernatural speed and a form of teleportation that can even keep up with a speeding car. Now, how do I get away from her? You might be asking yourselves. Well, she has one weakness, and that is what I told you guys before. But if she asks you how you know, you tell her, Kashima Reiko told me. Now, Kashima Reiko is believed by the locals to be her true name, but as I researched, and delved into it, it's only speculations. Now, according to lore, anyone who first learns of the Teke Teke is in danger of encountering her within a month. But since we're still in COVID season, I highly doubt it's likely that you'll meet her. But honestly, I wouldn't take my chances. For how the Teke Teke affected the modern world, she definitely inspired a good number of urban legends and even changed its own lore, with some of its own stories even saying that, the Teke Teke can even be male, when in most stories, it's portrayed as female. Although not popular and well known in the West, in the East she is much more well known, more notably in Japan. With that, it has affected the culture and along with other urban Japanese monsters like Kuchisake Onna. With her being such a scary icon for railway hazards and safety, she definitely has affected the people in Japan that do take the train. Train safety is very prominent in Japan, and that in a lot of shows and movies that showcase Japan, you see how diligent and serious they take it. I guess they trained them really hard for the railway system. Okay, that was really bad. I'm sorry, guys. For how media affected the Teke Teke, in terms of mainstream media, it had a mild to little effect here in the West. But this doesn't take away the impact and sort of accomplishments it has for being a cautionary tale for bullying and train safety. There is many Japanese novels and light novels of the Teke Teke you guys can check out for yourselves, where the authors take very creative liberties to portray it the best way they can. Also, read on the lore and stories. They're very interesting, and I suggest that you guys read it. The origin stories and lore of the Teke Teke, it provides a very sympathetic viewpoint on the monster, as opposed to being a vengeful spirit who attacks children. It's these kinds of viewpoints that really humanize a monster and make you think, who really is the monster? Is it them, or is it us? Well, that's all the time I had for you ghouls and ghoulettes. And remember to check your stuff before you take off to your next destination.